and the secular habits, I was miserable and I was angry at God. I was like, why me? Why couldn't I come from a rich family? Why couldn't I, have money? Why can't you make things easy? It turns you into a little Marxist, right? And then when I started going back to from where I started, what my grandfather's lessons were, what actually wealth is, because it isn't money, It's family, it's security, it's clear thinking. There were so many blessings in my life. And now I realize, oh my gosh, it sounds ridiculous to say this. God's a genius, right? It sounds so ridiculous and patronizing to say God is a genius. But every single place that he put me, every bit of suffering, now when I speak on authority,
you
right?
Praise it.
Yeah, I'm like, you are just so smart, God. You're a genius. Oh, I hate to say it's so patronizing to you, but you know it, And now when I can't make sense of things that are happening, when I'm like, why is this happening to me? Mass shootings, types of, I'm like, I don't know what you're doing, God, but I know that you have me. Mm-hmm. I know that you're not putting me through the suffering. I will understand your perfect design and your plan later on. Yeah. God, he's very intentional. God is so intentional. And your suffering is intentional. You have to suffer. You have to go through suffering in life. That is a teaching moment for you. And when you make it through suffering, you will be so much stronger. And I think that because I was forged in the fire, a lot of this stuff just seems so ridiculous to me. When people are like, how do you deal with all the mean comments? I'm like, what a blessing. My grandfather had to get up when he was five years old and lay tobacco to dry on a sharecropping farm. I'm his granddaughter, and I got to deal with mean tweets on the internet. I'm spoiled. They're
misspelled, too.
I'm like, oh, my gosh. Oh, my life is so hard. I'm like, everyone's like, how are you so happy? I'm like, because my life is wonderful. If that's the pain I have to go through is an optional mean tweet. I don't have to be on Twitter. You know what I mean?
The boy is about to turn 18. The world is telling him it's wrong to be a man. But you're teaching him. If you had to tell that young man, this is what you need to gear yourself for the war of life, what would you gear him with?
That's actually a question that I get often when I'm on college campuses, and I tell them exactly what I just said is, when people tell me they're going through something hard, I always ask them, what did your granddad do? What did your granddad do for a living? What did his father do for a living? And to hear them talk about, to realize the time of men, because that's what it was. It was the time of men. Men had to be men. Yeah. And someone will say, oh, he fought in World War II, whatever it is. And I just try to change their perspective, right? Your life is great. Your life is, my goodness, the technology. Even when I think about little things, the convenience of technology, but even with raising kids, how unbelievably spoiled we all are, right? The problem is people aren't given that perspective. They actually think that their suffering is true suffering or true hardship. And what's amazing is that the people that lived through what I would say was true suffering and true hardship don't have that perspective.
They don't complain.
No, they never complain. I totally agree. And victim mentality will always be a cancer in your life. Like no matter what you go through, just find a way to think about it and go, what a blessing. This is a blessing because, begin the sentence that way. This is actually a blessing because, I recently had a thing and I was like, this is a blessing because da-da-da-da. And I'm good about it. And everyone's, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm like, don't be sorry. It's cool. Like, this is actually great because of this. And you will see how much it changes you as a person. It changes how people respond around you. People love to be a victim. I don't get it. It's weird. The trauma dumping on the internet. And yeah, it works. People cry on the internet. They're oversharing about things of their life. I was just diagnosed with a bad pinky, whatever. And then they're, oh, I'm so sorry. And I am so sorry for those people. I am so sorry. This is what you have to resort to for attention. I am so sorry that your life is so void, right? That you don't realize that you are tremendously blessed in every single way, and that the message that we should be sharing with people is that no matter what suffering you believe that you are going through, it is without a question a gift that has been hand-picked for you by God. Like he is at the gift shop in heaven and he's like, let me get this gift. I know it's wrapped up in a curse. You're like, oh my God, how do you do this? But let me tell you something. It's a gift.